A major lawsuit has been filed against landlords that could have lasting impact across the nation. We believe that when this case is decided, it will be in favor of This is the Landlord Advocates, where we help landlords become better landlords. I'm your host, Matthew Lyman. Welcome. We believe that the plaintiffs will prevail and the defendants, the landlords, will lose. This lawsuit was filed on March 15, 2021 in the United States District Court in the southern part of New York State. It is a 64-page lawsuit with 2 plaintiffs and 88 defendants. Those defendants are landlords and brokerage firms in New York. Some of these brokerage firms are internationally known. These firms and landlords more than likely are going to lose this lawsuit. And when they do, they are going to be paying tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, in legal fees, fines, compensatory, and punitive damages to the plaintiffs. Now, we're not going to get into the details of this lawsuit, but the crux of the lawsuit is based upon human rights violations of income discrimination. Now, the reason why we're not going to get into detail regarding this law is that we did a video production back in August regarding this law in detail. And at the end of this video, there will be a link that you can click on to watch this video to explain the entire law that these defendants have been allegedly accused of breaking. Now, the reason why we believe that they are going to lose is that one of the plaintiffs sent out their testers, their investigators upon these 88 defendants, and they have 477 phone recording conversations with these defendants, asking them in various ways, do you accept Section 8 vouchers, programs, and whatnot. Defendants have been recorded in various ways saying, no, we do not. The landlords do not accept those programs. The landlords want better tenants. Or, no, we do not. And they click and hang up on them. That evidence, if it is admitted into court and is heard, is damning. 477 phone recorded conversations from 88 defendants allegedly claiming that no, we do not take these programs. It's a violation of New York State human rights law. And it may be violations in laws in your state. So watch and learn and be careful, because this could be coming to a state near you, like California or Washington State or New Jersey, so be careful. We're going to talk about the 2 plaintiffs who brought forth this lawsuit. One is the Legal Aid Society. Now, that society is comprised of attorneys who represent tenants in eviction and housing courts. They have 3 goals. 1, to try to work out a deal with the landlord in court, a stipulation, a settlement. If that can't be done, their second goal is to delay the eviction as long as they possibly can. And 3, their goal is to get the case dismissed. That's their goal. That is one of the plaintiffs. The other plaintiff is a group called the Housing Rights Initiative. And the Housing Rights Initiative was founded in 2016 by a gentleman by the name of Aaron Carr. He is now the executive director. We are going to be providing you with his name, the initiative's address, and their phone number. Mr. Carr, at a press conference regarding the passage, or this lawsuit I should say, has ushered 3 quotes that we are going to share with you. And these 3 quotes should infuriate you more and more. The third quote should make landlords see red. The first quote, our goal here is simple. It's to get real estate companies to abandon their discriminatory housing practices and follow the damn law. Mr. Carr, we know that this is a law that you cannot say no to programs because the law refers to it as lawful source of income. Well, Mr. Carr, we do not. And many landlords across America do not refer to programs as lawful source of income. Income to us is what you get when you provide services to an employer, and every week or every other week they give you a paycheck called income. A government check funded by taxpayers we do not call income. Even though we know that we have to follow the law and not discriminate against these programs, we are telling you that we do not call it income, but we know we have to follow the law. His second quote, referring to real estate brokers and landlords. They are the gatekeepers of housing and get to decide where families live, where they work, and where their children go to school. Seriously, Mr. Carr, seriously? We landlords decide where these families live? How does that? How do we do that? Do we spin around and become Wonder Woman or Wonder Man with our magic lasso and lasso in these prospective tenants and bring them in and tell them, you will live in our apartments? We don't do that. The tenants decide where they live, not us. When you claim that we decide where they work, seriously, Mr. Carr, we don't decide where they work. They decide where they work. If we were to decide where they work, wouldn't that be considered indentured servitude or possibly slavery? Wouldn't it? We don't force them to go to a particular job. Mr. Carr, back when I was in college, I took 1 to 3 buses to get back and forth to college. That was my choice. I had a job that required me to ride a bicycle 13 blocks back and forth to work. I didn't have a car. That was my choice. I had a job that required me to take buses back and forth. That was my choice. It was not forced upon me. A landlord did not tell me where I worked. I chose where I worked, and I made the arrangements to get back and forth. You say that we claim that we decide when the tenants send their children to school. No, that, sir, is based upon the geography and where they live. If they choose to live here or there, that decides what school that they go to. If they have the money, the children will go to a private or a parochial school. If not, they go to a public school. We don't decide when their children go to school. They do. His third quote, landlords, is disgusting. It's wrong and it's disgusting. And here that quote is. This again is from Aaron Carr, the founder and executive director of Housing Rights Initiative, based in New York. When you discriminate against tenants with rental assistance, you discriminate against tenants of color. He bases it on that 82% of the city's 125,000 households on Section 8 are comprised of Black and Hispanic families. But when you say, Mr. Carr, that when we landlords say we do not want rental assistance programs to subsidize the rent that these tenants are supposed to be paying, and when you claim that when we say that we are discriminating against people of color, I will tell you this, Mr. Carr, you are way out of line. You are very disrespectful to landlords to state that. Mr. Carr, you are out of line. To claim that we landlords are discriminating based upon the tenant's skin color when we say no to programs is wrong. Now, are we going to deny that some landlords out there will do that? No, we're not going to deny it. But when you make a sweeping generalization statement that that's what we do, that because we don't want rental assistance programs, that we are racist, that, sir, is discriminatory. That is discrimination. You are accusing us of discriminating, but that is exactly what you are doing to landlords. Now, that being said, landlords, this lawsuit may open up the eyes of human rights commissions in New York, the Attorney General's office in New York, and other states. We ask that you practice caution when you examine tenants, when you examine prospective tenants' applications, and when you rent to tenants. You do not want to be accused of violating these laws, because then you could be a defendant in another lawsuit that will see you pay thousands of dollars in fines and damages. Be very careful in how you screen tenants, and do not break these laws, although we don't support them. Make sure you do not violate these laws to get yourself into trouble when you are looking for tenants. Landlords, we wish you well. We hope you subscribe to our channel. Leave comments below. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell. And remember, you will now see the video regarding this law that you can click on to watch and examine, so that you do not make the mistake that these other landlords and brokerage firms made. We wish they had seen our video before, because if they did, they may not be defending in this lawsuit. Landlords, take care.